Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. How long have you all been sat there for? I've got no idea. Anyway, Champions League draw time. Can't believe this. Really excited. Got no idea what my phone's doing. Got a new phone and it's doing all kinds of mad stuff. Apologies for that. Let's see if we can get rid of that. There we go. I can read the comments and stuff now. Champions League live draw. They've started. I'm here to talk to you on my own for a little bit, guys. Thank you very much for joining me first and foremost. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Bayern Munich, of course. We're going to do that. We're going to talk about how good that was, how good the break was, how good the City was, all that good stuff. We're going to talk about the game because I've not really done that too much in a sober way. And we're going to talk about the potential teams that Liverpool can get before, of course, we actually watched the draw live. So they're putting some stuff on at the moment. I've got a computer in front of me. I'll put some headphones in a bit so I know what's going on. I want to talk about Bayern Munich first and foremost. It's only been a couple of days, so we've got a big game in the league on Sunday against Fulham and stuff. But for me, really, I'll be honest with you, I just want to dwell on that for a little while. I think Liverpool were absolutely superb, weren't they? You're looking at them and you're thinking to yourself, Bayern Munich in their backyard, are Liverpool going to be able to do this? Liverpool did, and Liverpool put in one of the most dominant performances of the season, to be honest with you. It was a performance in the manner in which we're not used to seeing in the Champions League. Referenced it himself, only I think it was yesterday or just after the game, something like that, about it being a mature performance, and that's what it felt like. This wasn't Liverpool sort of smash and grab, and this wasn't Liverpool blowing teams away. This was Liverpool going with a game plan, knowing that we had Bayern Munich first leg at Anfield and making sure that we built this win on the defence, not conceding that away goal and then getting into it, knowing that, once you've got that almost there's a level of comfort that you get with not getting an away goal. Once you get there, you can go to Bayern Munich, and every Liverpool fan I spoke to, bar Aubrey, who called 3-1, said score draw, we go through. And that's kind of what it kind of felt like. I think Liverpool knew that they were going to be able to score against Bayern Munich. Their defence was resolute. It was brilliant the first time out, but we knew that they've had problems. And once we got that first goal, which Sadio Mane was, that's something else. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and let me know in the comments section. How many times have people watched that? I had it on repeat for about 30 minutes after the game when I got back to the hotel. Just on repeat. It's fine. Ridiculous. I mean, it was just absolutely unbelievable. And the way that he turned Neuer, he sent him for a Bratwurst or a Currywurst or whatever, and then got off the other side, chipped a couple of goalkeepers and stuff. And then, Virgil van Dijk steps up with his header, and after that, Mane getting another one, and the goal that we conceded, it's a mistake. Who cares? It's all over and done with now. But listen, there's obviously a few teams that we can get. We can get absolutely every team. Look like something's actually happening here. Hang on a minute. Okay, so they're just explaining that once the quarter-final draw is made, the semi-final draw will then be made as well, so you can sort of plot your route to the final, which we knew going into this anyway. Everybody will have seen it. The rumours are that Liverpool have already got Ajax first leg at home. It's a leak. It's always a leak. You always get them. I remember I've got a photograph of it somewhere anyway. Ajax are a team that I wouldn't mind. I think a lot of Liverpool fans would quite like the Amsterdam away, if you know what I mean there. It would be absolutely mental if Liverpool were to get drawn against Ajax, I'll be honest with you. One of the teams that I don't want is Juventus. I think, from the away side of things, it's not something that there's a lot of history there, and it's a difficult one, that. Barcelona would be a great tie, I think, going up against one of the most history and storied teams in world football at the best, with Lionel Messi and turning them over. I like the story behind that. Obviously, you've got Porto, which is the team that, I'll be honest, I really want. I think, for me, it's all about, I'm being a bit of a wuss here. I want the team that on paper is the easiest. I think having beaten Porto so convincingly in their ground last season, I'd be looking for someone like a Porto. Ajax would be a good one as well, a young side, but they had that Europa League run to the final where they were beaten by Manchester United a couple of years ago. But the way that they played against the way that they played against Real Madrid was just stunning. Just attacking football, it was brilliant. There was a verve to it. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. So there's dangers to playing someone like an Ajax. Obviously, Manchester United, probably somebody that I wouldn't be too bothered about, even with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there. Man City's a team that I don't want. We did that last year. I'd like to beat them in the final if possible. And then, you know, after we've just won the league as well, to wrap up the double, I think that would be quite nice. I think I like the story behind it. Everyone's talking about, can Manchester City win the quadruple this season? Can they win the quadruple? Hang on a minute. Let them get the domestic cup double. We're just going to pop off both of those big trophies. Is that okay for you? Yeah, we'll take the league, and while we're here, we'll just take the Champions League anyway. So I like that. Not sure I fancy Spurs either, to be honest, although I do think we'll roll them over. The form that they've been in recently is something that, you know, they, you know, in Champions League, fair play, they knocked off a good side in Dortmund, but they didn't knock off as good a side as we did in Bayern Munich. But they're a side that they do scare me on occasion, Spurs. I think they're a brilliant footballing side. I think they're obviously in really poor form at the moment, but ultimately they are a great side. I don't want any of the English teams. I think that's fair to say. I think they'll knock off a couple of the English teams together at this point. They might even put all four on the same side of the draw, and that way only one can get to the final. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. The other little wrinkle that they've got is that Manchester United, if drawn at home, and Man City, if drawn at home, Man United will have to change to away first, because they finished lower than Manchester City, and you can't have consecutive games in the same city. So you couldn't play like Tuesday night in Manchester and then Wednesday night in Manchester, apparently, according to UEFA. So that is another little wrinkle as well that we're going to see, maybe. Obviously, if Manchester United get drawn away and Man City get drawn at home, then it doesn't really matter. For anyone who's just joining, I can see Jamie just said apparently it's been leaked. We have Ajax. Yeah, I mean, that leak was out there, but there was 80, like all 8 teams were drawn on that. So we'll find out whether that leak is fake or whether it is real. My guess is it's fake. Because if it was leaked and everybody knew about it, they'd just refix it. So it's never going to be right, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that, but you know, they can't have people know that it's fixed. Let's just say English force. 4 English sides in the same side of the draw is probably something that UEFA would like. Therefore, 1 English team in the final. Although that does guarantee 1 English team in the final. Okay. Gabby Logan says leak looks similar to last year and was correct then. The leak last year, I believe, didn't have all 8 teams on. It had 1 tie on and it had the dates for those ties. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember that one, and it was only 2 teams. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's interesting that we're going to see the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, and then, of course, the finals as well. That's something a little bit different. Julio Cesar's just baffling on now for a little bit, no idea. One thing I wanted to talk to everyone about, actually, I'm going to take them out of my ear for a bit. I wanted to talk about Bayern Munich and the way that they did football. We'll talk about this at some point, maybe on the podcast next week. But I tell you what a city, what a people, what a place, and what an organisation. I mean, these guys are a huge football club, absolutely ginormous, and we were treated like human beings. And oh, hang on a minute, looks like something's going on with the balls here. We were treated like human beings the whole way. I went to Roma last year, like cattle, onto buses, hour on buses, stood outside the ground for 2 hours, took us so long, 2 turnstiles to get through. There wasn't even any segregation with the Bayern fans. They just left us to it. And it was absolutely superb. There wasn't even segregation in the ground. We were all just walking around the concourse together. Liverpool fans were singing, Bayern fans were singing. They were drinking, we were talking, we were having a beer with each other. And it was absolutely fantastic. It was the most well-organised football game I've ever been to. It was the easiest football game to get into. And it was such a lovely atmosphere because of it. We'd had a day out and had a few pints with a few German fans and some Swiss fans. And it was just brilliant, the whole thing. And you know what? This is the thing that really gets me, is that when you start building walls between people, you start getting issues. That's in life, not just in football. And Bayern Munich kind of just went, we trust Liverpool fans to do the right thing here. And as far as I'm aware, Liverpool fans came out of it looking good as well. I've not heard anything to the contrary. So they're just going through the quarterfinals now. But I just want to say personally, thank you to Bayern Munich and all of their fans and everyone we met on the way, because it was absolutely superb. And it's what football should be about. And I just read that comment at the perfect time, because Joanne Fisher said what football should be. And it was truly brilliant. And I was so happy to be there. And I'd love to go back there again. And the first ball is coming out, so excuse me while I put this in. Ajax, home. Ajax. Okay. Isn't this the order of the league from before? Give it a big spiel. Juventus, it's not true. Everybody was like, everybody knows what's coming. Everybody knows what's coming. Juventus against Ajax, that is a big draw. Juventus get to have the second leg at home as well. Wow. Okay, ball's coming out. Don't want to be the first team out. You want to be the second team out. I like second legs at Anfield. Well, Liverpool, there we go. Don't want to be the first leg out. Want to be the second. Porto, please be Porto. Please be Porto. FC Porto! Come on! Get in the Reds! Okay. Oh, hello, sunshine. Tottenham, right. Why don't you knock Man United off? Spurs. Okay. So Spurs out, Liverpool out, Ajax out, Porto out, Juve out. Fucking Man City. Wow. Oh. Go on. Wow, so Man United, Barcelona. Like a Barcelona. Oh my days. Well, listen, they're going to do all the semi-final stuff first, then we'll do a little bit of a live reaction. Could it, on paper, could it be any better than that? Man United, Barcelona, sod off, right. Okay, quarterfinals, what's this mean? Okay, that's fine. We know that, we worked that one out, we didn't care. Barcelona against Manchester United, Spurs against Manchester City, Liverpool against FC Porto, Ajax against Juventus, Liverpool at Anfield first, Porto second. Spurs Man City, let them cut each other's heads off. Barcelona Man United, let Barcelona cut Man United's heads off. And Ajax going up against Juventus. Wow. See, listen, this is one of those things, isn't it? As a Liverpool fan that, you know, you celebrate and you're not celebrating. Listen, I wanted Porto. Not because I think we're going to absolutely smash them, because I thought they were the weakest team there. Now, come and bite me on the ass. You know, this video's there. They'll people see me celebrating and stuff. Porto knock us out. I look stupid. I don't care. The fact is, I'm emotional and I'm happy at this. I am at this point. So, winners of quarterfinal 3, which is Spurs, Man City. Oh, please be Barca, Man U. Wait, what does this mean? Spurs, City's number 3, yeah? Quarterfinal 3 versus quarterfinal 1. Ajax, Juve. So it could be Juventus or Ajax against Man City if they had to go through against Tottenham, but it means that Liverpool will face Barca or Manchester United. Quarterfinal 4, Barca and Man United. Does that put them as home team first? Which means we get it. If we get through, we get a second leg at Anfield. It's us. It's got to be us. Right, sounds okay. Liverpool, Porto, the winners play the winners of Barcelona, Manchester United. Ajax, Juventus, winners play the winners of Spurs versus Manchester City. And the winners of those 2 semi-finals meet in the final, in the 1st of June, in Atletico Madrid Stadium and play off. So it's going to be Liverpool versus Juventus in the Champions League final on the 1st of June. You heard it here first. If that is even a thing. Yes. Wow. Well, we need we've got to talk about that. Hang on, what's going on here now? So we're semi-final 2, I suppose. So we're away in the final against Juventus. Great. Okay, thank you very much. Doubles on. It's coming. It's coming. It's not that. Listen, I'm joking around here. I'm having a little bit of fun and stuff. But my word. I tell you what, I enjoyed Porto last season. Obviously, we went there, we won 5-0, but it was a great place. And the people were absolutely fantastic, even though they couldn't speak a word of what I was speaking and I couldn't speak a word of what they were speaking. But no, the people were brilliant. They put on a great show for us. Their fans were absolutely incredible. I'm looking forward to going back there if I do end up going back there. And then, you know what? It could be Barcelona, it could be Manchester United, and my days, either of those sides in the Champions League semi-final. If we're to go through, incredible. Obviously, first and foremost, you've got Porto, who came through in the Champions League groups. And who did they play in the Champions League groups? Why have I not got this information in front of me? Because I'm an idiot. Because I trashed it, basically. Great. Good one, Chris. You absolute fool. Absolute fool. Let's see if we can find Porto's results. There we go. Alright, they're talking through the dates and stuff. I've missed that because I'm a fool and I was looking for the Portos who they played in the groups. So they drew with Schalke in the first game. Then they beat Galatasaray, did the double over Lokomotiv, beat Schalke and then beat Galatasaray. Wow, they won 5 of their 6 group games. Then they lost away to Roma 2-1, before obviously everyone knows they beat them 3-1 in the home leg. So wow, and they'll be looking for revenge. And as such, I know I was joking around and I was laughing around before. I thought they were the weakest team, and I still do think they're the weakest team that we could have got. But seriously, like, they're a good side who want revenge for what we did. We embarrassed them in their own stadium. We sent them packing from the Champions League last season in the first leg when we beat them 5-0, and they will be up for this game. So we can't take them too lightly. But this is Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club are fighting for the Premier League. Liverpool Football Club are fighting for the Champions League. And on paper, which I know football's not played on paper, that's a good quarter-final draw. If Barcelona or Manchester United, when they play off, Liverpool or Porto will play the winners of Barcelona, Manchester United. Ajax will play Juventus, Spurs will play City. The winners of both of those two ties will then play off, and the winners of the semi-finals play off in the final in Atletico. And it seems so close, and it's mad, and it's brilliant, and I can't wait, and I just want to do it all again. I've just got back from Munich yesterday. I've had an incredible couple of days. I've been away for basically a week because I was on a bender in London for the whole steady. I was in a really dark place before today. I've been drinking for 5 or 6 days straight. I'm not normally used to that anymore. And listen, for anyone who's just joined us, because someone has just mentioned it in the comment, we got Porto, and then we'll play Liverpool and Porto play off. The winners of that will play the winners of Barcelona and Manchester United in the final. Man City got Spurs, Ajax got Juventus, and the winners of those two ties play off in the other semi-final. So yeah, I was in a dark place this morning, and now I'm not. This is great. You know, this is what we're about, isn't it? This is Champions League draws are so much fun. Hope you don't mind me doing it from my house. I need to spend some time with the family. I've got 6 kids while I've been away and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. We normally do a big show and stuff, but I've massively enjoyed this. It's made me feel so much better. It's Liverpool versus Porto in the quarterfinals, and the winner of that plays the winner of Barcelona, Manchester United, and the winner of that gets to play in the Champions League final. Is this the greatest Liverpool side of all time? If it does the double, we'll have that question and we'll have that discussion, but there's lots and lots and lots of work to do. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't and you're here for the first time and you're a Liverpool fan, subscribe to the Redmen TV. This is what we do. We talk about Liverpool Football Club from dusk till dawn. We love it. You love it. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to Redmen TV on YouTube, and I'll see you soon.